Your house owns you instead of you owning it. Every drawer you open brings stress. Every closet makes you tired before you even start cleaning. But what if 10 simple changes could flip this completely? Hi, I'm Sarah from Senior Life Part, and I'm about to share something that will change how you see your home forever. Meet Margaret, a 72-year-old woman from Vermont who discovered these life-changing habits during her work with a Japanese trading company 30 years ago. Her home stays spotless without endless cleaning, calm without constant organizing, and peaceful without being perfect. These aren't just cleaning tips. These are freedom habits that give you back control over your space and your time. If you're ready to stop being overwhelmed by your belongings and start enjoying your home again, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon right now. We share real solutions for real people every week here on Senior Life Part, and your support helps us reach more folks who need exactly what you're learning today. Introduction. Margaret doesn't spend hours cleaning. She doesn't have storage systems everywhere. She doesn't follow complicated organizing methods. Instead, she learned 10 Japanese habits that make clutter impossible in the first place. These small changes didn't just clean up her space. They gave her a life that feels lighter, more independent, and genuinely peaceful. When you walk into Margaret's home, you feel something different immediately. The air feels calmer. Your eyes can rest. Nothing fights for your attention. This isn't because she has expensive furniture or a huge house. It's because every single item has earned its place and serves a real purpose in her daily life. Maybe your home feels too crowded right now. Maybe you look around and feel tired before you even start cleaning. Maybe you've tried organizing systems that didn't stick or bought storage solutions that just hid the problem. This approach is different. It's about choosing what stays, not just moving things around. You don't need to transform everything overnight. You don't need special products or perfect conditions. You just need to start with one habit, one small corner, one simple change. And that change begins right now. Before we dive into Margaret's first habit, take a moment to like this video if you're finding value already. Comments help us know what resonates with you, and sharing helps other people discover these ideas when they need them most. Now, let's begin. Habit 1. Release containers without matching lids. Close your eyes and picture that kitchen cabinet, the one filled with plastic containers in every size and shape. Half have missing lids. Others have lids that sort of fit, but not quite right. Some are stained, warped, or smell like old food no matter how many times you wash them. Margaret tackles this differently than most people. Once every month, she empties every single food container from her cabinets. She spreads them across her kitchen table and matches each container with its proper lid. The rule is simple, but powerful. If it doesn't have a perfect match, it leaves her home that day. She learned this from her Japanese colleagues, who taught her that the kitchen represents the heart of nourishment for a family. In Japanese culture, they believe that clutter hiding in food storage areas creates invisible stress every time you cook or prepare meals. They only keep containers that work perfectly and stack neatly together. Margaret chooses clear glass containers that nest inside each other when empty. She can see what's inside without opening them. They stack perfectly in her refrigerator and cabinets. When she needs to store leftovers, she knows exactly which container will work because they all work together as a system. This might seem like a small thing, but think about how often you open that container cabinet. Every time you see mismatched, broken, or useless pieces, your brain processes that as a tiny problem to solve later. Those tiny problems add up to mental fatigue throughout your day. Try Margaret's approach this weekend. Pull everything out of your container storage area. Match lids to bases. Ask yourself, does this seal properly? Can I see through it? Does it stack with my other containers? When did I last use it? If any answer is no or you can't remember, let it go without guilt. Japanese wisdom says you should live with items that serve you, never live to serve your items. Keeping broken or useless containers means you're serving them by storing them, washing them, and moving them around. they're not serving you in return. After Margaret clears out the containers that don't work, she has space that breathes. Opening that cabinet feels calm instead of overwhelming. She can grab what she needs quickly and put it back easily. One simple monthly habit created lasting peace in her daily routine. Remember to subscribe to Senior Life Part if this first habit resonates with you. We have so much more to share about creating homes that work for your life instead of against it. Habit 2. Keep only the cups and bottles you actually use. Step into Margaret's kitchen and count her drinking vessels. 8 matching glasses, 4 plain water bottles, 2 ceramic mugs that she genuinely loves. That's it. No cabinet overflowing with mismatched cups from every restaurant, vacation, or gift exchange. She used to own more than 20 different mugs. Each one carried a memory. The funny cat mug from her sister, the travel mug from Colorado, the set her mother gave her for Christmas 15 years ago. But Margaret noticed something important. She only reached for the same 2 favorites every single day. The Japanese don't measure abundance by how much you own. They measure it by how well your possessions match your real daily needs. Margaret realized that having 20 mugs didn't make her life richer. It made opening the cabinet more complicated and washing dishes more overwhelming. This habit goes deeper than just mugs. It's about honest assessment of your patterns. Margaret drinks coffee from one special mug every morning and tea from another in the evening. She serves water to guests in the matching glasses. The water bottles rotate through her weekly routine. Every single item gets used regularly. The other 18 mugs sat on shelves, gathering dust and taking up space. Some had chips or stains. Others were gifts she felt guilty about not using. A food were perfectly fine but simply extras that never quite fit her preferences. Japanese philosophy teaches that everything in your home should either serve a clear, frequent purpose or bring you deep joy when you see it. Items that do neither should be released to bring joy to someone else who will actually use them. Here's how you can apply this today. Open your mug and cup storage. Take everything out and line it up on your counter. Pick up each piece and ask yourself, do I use this at least once a week? Do I truly enjoy using it? Does seeing it make me happy or stressed? Keep only what passes both tests. For items with sentimental value that you don't actually use, consider keeping just one special piece instead of a whole set. Store other meaningful pieces in a memory box rather than taking up daily kitchen space. Margaret says the difference is remarkable. Her cabinet looks clean and organized without any special system. She never struggles to find the right cup because every cup is a right choice. Washing dishes feels simpler because she's only cleaning items she actually chose to use. A kitchen doesn't need to be full of options to feel welcoming. It needs to feel light enough that you want to spend time there. When every item you see is something you actively chose to keep, your kitchen becomes a place that supports your daily rhythm instead of complicating it. Habit 3. Eliminate single-use kitchen gadgets. Margaret's kitchen counters are surprisingly clear. No electric can opener, no specialty egg cooker, no single-purpose gadgets that promise to make cooking faster or easier. She keeps a kettle, a small coffee maker, and one handheld blender. Everything else earned its way out of her home. She learned from Japanese kitchen philosophy that countertop space is valuable real estate. In Japan, kitchens tend to be smaller, so every appliance must justify taking up permanent space. The question isn't whether a gadget works well, it's whether you use it often enough to deserve counter or cabinet space. Margaret used to own gadgets for making waffles, juicing fruit, grinding spices, and boiling eggs. Each purchase seemed logical at the time. The salesperson demonstrated how easy and convenient they would make cooking, but after the initial excitement wore off, most gathered dust in cabinets. Every unused gadget created hidden stress. She'd see them while looking for something else and feel guilty about not using them enough. They made cabinets crowded and harder to navigate. Some required special cleaning or storage that never quite worked smoothly. The turning point came when Margaret realized she was storing her expectations rather than useful tools. Each gadget represented something she thought she would become. Someone who made fresh juice every morning, someone who hosted waffle brunches, someone who ground her own spices. Japanese decluttering wisdom helped her separate her actual cooking habits from her aspirational ones. She makes coffee daily, so the coffee maker stays. She uses the blender for smoothies twice a week, so it earned its place. The waffle maker hadn't been touched in 2 years, so it needed to go. Margaret created a simple test for kitchen gadgets. If I haven't used this in 3 months, can the task be done another way? Can a knife chop instead of a special chopper? Can a regular pot cook instead of a single-purpose cooker? Can I live well without this particular convenience? Most of the time, the answer was yes. She discovered that cooking with fewer tools felt more relaxing, not less convenient. Less equipment meant less cleaning, less storage puzzle solving, and less decision fatigue about which tool to use for each task. Try Margaret's approach in your own kitchen. List every appliance and gadget you own. Mark the ones you haven't touched in the past 3 months. For each unused item, ask whether you can accomplish the same task with tools you use regularly. This isn't about living with less just to live with less. It's about making room for the tools and appliances you genuinely find helpful by removing the ones that complicate your routine without adding real value. When Margaret walks into her kitchen now, she sees space for cooking instead of storage for equipment. Every tool she reaches for is one she knows well and uses confidently. Her kitchen supports her actual cooking style instead of holding on to gadgets for a cooking style she imagined but never developed. Please give this video a thumbs up if you're seeing patterns in your own kitchen that you'd like to change. We share more practical wisdom every week here on Senior Life Part.
Habit 4. Simplify your cleaning supply collection. Under Margaret's kitchen sink, you'll find exactly 4 cleaning products in a small handled caddy: multi-purpose spray, floor cleaner, toilet cleaner, and dish soap. That's her complete cleaning arsenal, and she can handle any cleaning task in her home with these basics. This wasn't always the case. Margaret used to store more than 15 different bottles, sprays, and specialized cleaners under that same sink. Window cleaner, wood polish, stainless steel spray, mold remover, 3 different bathroom cleaners, and several products she bought because advertisements convinced her they were necessary. Opening that cabinet used to frustrate her every time. She'd have to move bottles around to find what she needed, sometimes knocking others over in the process. Many products were half empty or had expired without her noticing. Some had leaked and created sticky messes that were harder to clean than the original problems they were meant to solve. The Japanese approach to cleaning supplies is remarkably simple. Buy fewer products of higher quality and only keep what you actually use regularly. They don't purchase cleaning items out of curiosity or because of advertising pressure. They choose products that work well for multiple purposes and repurchase only what proves effective. Margaret learned to distinguish between cleaning products she needed and cleaning products that marketing told her she needed. She realized that most household cleaning tasks can be handled effectively with a few basic, high-quality products rather than specialized solutions for every possible situation. Her cleaning caddy system makes the whole process more efficient. She can carry everything she needs from room to room in one trip. No more walking back and forth to retrieve different products. No more digging through crowded cabinets. No more discovering that the product she needs is empty or missing. The 4 products she keeps work together as a system. The multi-purpose spray handles most daily cleaning tasks on counters, appliances, and surfaces. The floor cleaner works on all her hard flooring. The toilet cleaner takes care of bathroom deep cleaning. The dish soap cleans dishes and can double as a gentle cleaner for delicate items. Margaret's rule for evaluating cleaning products is straightforward. If I haven't used it in 3 months, or if I can't remember why I bought it, it leaves my home. This prevents accumulation of products that seemed like good ideas but don't fit her actual cleaning routine. Try this approach under your own sink. Remove everything and clean the storage space thoroughly. Group similar products together and count how many you have of each type. Choose the 1 or 2 you actually prefer and use regularly. Consider whether specialized products are truly necessary or if multi-purpose alternatives would work just as well. Japanese cleaning philosophy emphasizes that having the right tools matters more than having many tools. Margaret spends less time managing her cleaning supplies and more time actually cleaning because she eliminated decision fatigue and storage complications. When you open your cleaning cabinet and see only products you trust and use regularly, cleaning feels less overwhelming. You know exactly what you need and where to find it. The task becomes about cleaning your home rather than sorting through supplies.
Habit 5. Clear out obsolete electronics and cords. Margaret's electronics drawer tells a story of letting go. Inside, you'll find only the cables, chargers, and remotes she uses regularly, each one labeled clearly so she never has to guess what connects to what. The drawer closes easily, and she can find what she needs within seconds. This drawer used to be a tangled mess of old phone chargers, cables from electronics she no longer owned, remote controls for devices that had been replaced years ago, and adapters for connections that no longer existed. Every time she needed something, she'd have to dig through a frustrating maze of obsolete technology. The Japanese principle that helped Margaret transform this space is simple. Your home should reflect the life you're living now, not the technology you used 5 years ago. Keeping outdated electronics creates mental weight without providing any practical benefit. Margaret developed a system for managing electronic accessories that prevents future accumulation. When she gets a new device, she immediately removes and properly disposes of the old device's cables and accessories. She labels new cables with masking tape, so she knows what they're for 6 months later. Every 6 months, Margaret sorts through all electronic accessories in her home. She tests each cable and charger to make sure it still connects to current devices. Anything that doesn't connect to equipment she currently owns gets recycled responsibly or thrown away. The psychological impact surprised her. Clearing out obsolete technology felt like releasing old versions of herself. The person who used a flip phone. The person who needed 3 different charging cables. The person who kept backup cables for devices she no longer remembered owning. Many people keep old electronics just in case. But Margaret learned that just in case rarely comes. The space and mental energy saved by letting go of obsolete technology is more valuable than the tiny chance she might someday need a cable for a device she no longer owns. Margaret's approach can work in your home too. Gather all electronic cables, chargers, and accessories from throughout your house. Test each one to see if it connects to devices you currently use. For items you're unsure about, put them in a box with today's date. If you haven't needed anything from that box in 6 months, recycle the contents. This habit extends beyond just cables and chargers. Old remote controls, obsolete adapters, broken earbuds, and electronic accessories for devices you've replaced all create the same type of clutter. They take up space while providing no current value to your daily life. After Margaret cleared her electronics drawer, she realized how much mental energy she had been spending on managing obsolete technology. Now when she opens the drawer, she sees only items that serve her current needs. No frustration, no digging, no wondering what half the cables are for. The key insight from Japanese decluttering wisdom is that technology should serve your life, not complicate it. Keeping only current, functional electronic accessories means your storage spaces work efficiently, and you can focus on using technology rather than managing technological debris. Habit 6. Minimize refrigerator door decorations. Margaret's refrigerator door displays exactly 3 items: a small photo of her grandchildren, a handwritten shopping list held by a simple magnetic clip, and one thank you card from a neighbor. The rest of the door remains clean and uncluttered, creating a surprisingly calming focal point in her kitchen. This wasn't always the case. Margaret's refrigerator used to be covered with magnets from every family vacation, business cards from service providers, children's artwork from years past, coupons she never used, and colorful magnetic letters that spelled random words. The door looked festive and lived in, but it also created visual noise every time she entered the kitchen. The change came when Margaret read about Japanese design principles that treat visual space like acoustic space. Just as too much noise can make a room feel chaotic, too much visual information can make a space feel mentally overwhelming. The refrigerator door, being one of the most frequently viewed surfaces in the kitchen, has significant impact on the overall feel of the room. Japanese kitchens often feature clean, blank refrigerator doors specifically to maintain visual calm in the cooking space. The philosophy is that cooking requires focus and clarity, which are easier to maintain when the environment isn't competing for attention with dozens of small, colorful distractions. Margaret realized that most items on her refrigerator door weren't actively meaningful or useful. The vacation magnets triggered brief memories, but didn't enhance her daily life. The business cards could be stored in a phone or address book. The expired coupons created guilt about not using them rather than actual savings. Removing most decorations from the refrigerator door had an immediate impact on how the entire kitchen felt. The space appeared larger, cleaner, and more peaceful. Margaret's eyes could rest when she looked around the room instead of automatically scanning and processing dozens of small visual elements. The 3 items she chose to keep serve specific purposes. The grandchildren's photo brings her genuine joy every time she sees it. The shopping list serves a practical function that saves time and prevents forgotten items. The thank you card reminds her of community connection and kindness. For items with sentimental value that she wasn't ready to completely let go of, Margaret created a memory box. Vacation magnets, old photos, and children's artwork now live in a special container she can look through when she wants to reminisce, rather than creating constant visual input in her daily environment. Try Margaret's approach in your own kitchen. Remove everything from your refrigerator door and clean the surface thoroughly. Look at each item and ask, does this serve a current practical purpose? Does seeing this daily bring me genuine joy? Or is it just something I've gotten used to having there? Replace only items that pass both tests. For sentimental items that don't serve daily purposes, consider rotating them. Display a few favorites for a month, then switch to different meaningful pieces. This way, special items remain special rather than becoming invisible background noise. The goal isn't to eliminate all personality from your kitchen. It's to choose intentionally what receives your visual attention throughout the day. When you reduce visual clutter, the items you do display become more meaningful and noticeable rather than getting lost in a busy collection. Margaret describes the difference as moving from visual noise to visual rest. Her kitchen now feels like a calm space where she can think clearly and cook peacefully, rather than a space that demands constant visual processing of irrelevant information. If you're finding these tips helpful, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We share more practical wisdom for creating peaceful, functional homes every week here on Senior Life Part.
Habit 7. Maintain fresh kitchen towels weekly. Every Friday morning, Margaret performs a simple ritual that takes less than 10 minutes but impacts her entire week. She removes all kitchen towels from drawers and hooks, washes or discards ones that have seen better days, and replaces them with fresh, clean towels folded uniformly and stored in their designated spots. This weekly renewal might seem excessive, but Margaret learned from Japanese housekeeping principles that kitchen towels deserve special attention because they touch food surfaces, dishes, and hands throughout every day. Using worn, stained, or musty towels doesn't just make the kitchen look unkempt, it can actually affect food safety and the overall cleanliness of meal preparation. Margaret used to keep kitchen towels until they were truly falling apart. She'd grab whatever towel was available, whether it was fresh, slightly damp from yesterday's use, or showing stains from last week's cooking projects. Her towel drawer was stuffed with mismatched pieces in various stages of wear, making it hard to find clean ones when she needed them. The Japanese approach taught her to treat kitchen linens as tools that require regular maintenance rather than items to use until they're completely unusable. Just as she wouldn't cook with a dull knife or a scratched pan, she learned not to clean with towels that had lost their effectiveness. Margaret now keeps exactly 8 kitchen towels, enough to rotate through a full week with a few extras for unexpected spills or thorough cleaning days. She chose towels that absorb well, wash easily, dry quickly, and fold to the same size for uniform storage. All are neutral colors that don't show wear as quickly as patterned or bright towels. Her Friday routine includes checking each towel for stains that didn't come out in washing, wear patterns that affect absorbency, or odors that persist despite cleaning. Towels that fail any of these tests get moved to a separate collection for non-food cleaning tasks or get discarded if they're truly worn out. The weekly renewal creates a reliable rhythm that prevents problems from accumulating. Instead of suddenly discovering that all her towels are stained or smelly, Margaret maintains a consistent supply of fresh, effective kitchen linens. This small investment of time each week saves frustration throughout the following days. Margaret stores her clean towels in a designated drawer with a simple folding system that makes each one easy to grab. No more digging through a pile or using a towel that's not quite clean because it was the only one available. Every towel in the drawer is ready for food preparation tasks. The psychological benefit surprised Margaret as much as the practical one. Starting each week with fresh, clean kitchen towels creates a sense of renewal and care that extends beyond just the towels themselves. It's a signal to herself that she values cleanliness and takes pride in maintaining her cooking space. You can adapt Margaret's system to your own routine. Choose a day each week to evaluate your kitchen towels. Remove any that are stained, worn, or retain odors. Keep enough clean towels to get through a week comfortably, but not so many that you avoid washing them regularly. Consider standardizing your towel collection over time as old ones wear out. Having towels that are similar in size, absorbency, and care requirements makes the weekly maintenance routine faster and more effective. This habit connects to the broader Japanese principle of caring for the tools you depend on daily. When kitchen towels are always fresh and effective, cooking and cleaning feel more pleasant and hygienic. Small details like clean towels contribute to an overall sense of order and care in the heart of your home.
Habit 8. Convert guest rooms to multi-purpose spaces. Margaret's former guest bedroom tells a story of transformation and honest evaluation. For 4 years, a full-size bed sat in that room with sheets changed monthly and pillows fluffed regularly, waiting for visitors who rarely came. Instead, the bed became a staging area for clean laundry, shopping bags, and items that needed to find permanent homes elsewhere in the house. The room had good intentions but poor results. Margaret maintained it as a dedicated guest space because that seemed like the proper thing to do,
But the reality was that it served as an expensive storage area disguised as hospitality. The bed took up most of the room's square footage while contributing little to Margaret's daily life or genuine comfort for the occasional overnight visitor. A visit to Japan opened Margaret's eyes to different approaches to guest accommodation. Her Japanese friend lived in a small apartment but could comfortably host overnight visitors using a high-quality sofa bed and carefully chosen storage solutions. The same space served multiple functions throughout each day rather than sitting empty most of the time. Japanese design philosophy emphasizes that home spaces should reflect actual living patterns rather than social expectations or traditional room designations. A room that sits unused most of the year while the homeowner struggles with storage or lacks a quiet personal retreat isn't serving anyone well. Margaret replaced her guest bed with a comfortable sleeper sofa that provides excellent seating for daily use and converts to a proper bed when visitors stay overnight. The room transformation gave her something she hadn't realized she was missing: a personal retreat space for reading, correspondence, and quiet activities. The new arrangement includes a small bookshelf, a side table that works for both daily use and as a nightstand for guests, and a reading lamp that creates perfect lighting for both functions. When visitors come, the room converts to guest accommodation in minutes. When they leave, it returns to being Margaret's personal sanctuary. The psychological impact of the change surprised Margaret. Having a space designed for her own daily enjoyment rather than occasional social obligations made her home feel more personally satisfying. She uses the room almost every day now for morning coffee and newspaper reading, afternoon book time, or evening correspondence. Storage solutions in the converted room serve both purposes effectively. A decorative chest holds extra bedding and pillows for guests while providing surface space and hidden storage for Margaret's personal items during regular use. Everything has a dual purpose rather than single-function furniture sitting empty. Margaret realized that the old guest room setup was based on anxiety about appearing inhospitable rather than genuine care for visitors. The new arrangement actually serves guests better because the room feels lived in and welcoming rather than sterile and formal. The comfortable seating area gives visitors a place to relax privately during their stay. This approach can work in many different ways depending on your space and needs. A guest room might become a home office with a daybed, a craft room with a futon, an exercise space with a fold-out bed, or a meditation room with floor cushions that can accommodate overnight visitors when needed. The key insight from Japanese space planning is to design rooms around how you actually live rather than how you think you should live. If a space sits empty most of the time while you lack adequate room for activities you enjoy daily, then the space allocation isn't serving your real needs. Consider your own guest accommodation honestly. How often do you host overnight visitors? How long do they typically stay? Could their needs be met with flexible furniture that also serves your daily life? What personal activities would you enjoy having dedicated space for if you weren't maintaining an empty room for theoretical guests? Margaret's converted room now reflects her actual lifestyle while still accommodating visitors warmly when they come. The space works hard for her every day rather than sitting idle while waiting for occasional use. This isn't about being less welcoming, it's about being more honest about how to create a home that supports both hospitality and daily satisfaction.
Habit 9. Question kitchen rug necessity. Margaret's kitchen floor stays bare, and there's thoughtful reasoning behind this choice. She tried kitchen rugs several times over the years, decorative ones for color, cushioned ones for comfort while cooking, and practical ones for catching spills. Each time, she discovered that the rug created more problems than it solved for her particular cooking habits and maintenance preferences. The rugs got dirty quickly from cooking splatters and foot traffic. They caught her feet occasionally when she moved quickly around the kitchen. They required frequent washing or replacement. Most inconveniently, they had to be moved every time she wanted to properly clean the floor, turning a simple mopping task into a multi-step process. Margaret learned from Japanese kitchen design that bare floors align with the principle of easy maintenance and visual simplicity. In Japanese homes, kitchen floors typically remain uncovered to facilitate frequent cleaning and maintain an uncluttered appearance that supports focus during food preparation. Rather than following general advice about kitchen rugs reducing leg fatigue or adding warmth to the space, Margaret trusted her own experience with how she actually uses her kitchen. She cooks for shorter periods rather than marathon cooking sessions, and she cleans frequently rather than letting spills accumulate. For foot comfort during kitchen tasks, Margaret wears supportive indoor slippers that move with her rather than staying in one spot like a rug. This solution provides cushioning wherever she's working while eliminating tripping hazards and cleaning complications. The bare floor makes daily kitchen maintenance significantly easier. Margaret can sweep, mop, or wipe up spills quickly without working around floor coverings. No corners or edges collect crumbs and debris. No hidden areas develop stains or odors over time. Visually, the uncovered floor makes Margaret's kitchen feel more spacious and unified. There are no interruptions in the floor pattern, no color coordination to maintain, and no periodic replacement needs as rugs wear out or go out of style. Margaret's approach illustrates the importance of making home decisions based on personal patterns rather than universal recommendations. Kitchen rugs work well for some people and some cooking styles, but they didn't enhance Margaret's particular way of using her kitchen. If you currently use kitchen rugs, Margaret's experience might prompt useful questions. Do you actually need the rug, or did you add it because it seemed expected? Does it genuinely make your kitchen more comfortable, or does it add maintenance tasks without significant benefit? Would you miss it if it were gone for a week? For people who do benefit from kitchen floor covering, Margaret suggests choosing thin, washable rugs with non-slip backing that can be cleaned easily and frequently. The key is ensuring that any floor covering truly serves your cooking and cleaning habits, rather than complicating them. The broader principle from Japanese home design is to question conventional choices and keep only elements that enhance your actual daily experience. Every item in your home, including floor coverings, should earn its place by providing genuine benefit that outweighs its maintenance requirements. Margaret's bare kitchen floor reflects her priority of simple maintenance and clear sightlines throughout her cooking space. This choice might not work for everyone, but it demonstrates the value of making intentional decisions about home design based on personal use patterns rather than following standard expectations.
Habit 10. Limit decorative pillows strategically. Margaret's living room contains exactly 3 throw pillows, 2 on the sofa and 1 on her favorite reading chair. All have washable covers in neutral colors that coordinate with her furniture and personal style. This carefully curated selection replaced a collection of 8 decorative pillows that had accumulated over years of gift-giving occasions and seasonal decorating impulses. The previous pillow situation created daily frustration disguised as decoration. Every time Margaret or a visitor wanted to sit comfortably, they had to relocate multiple pillows. The pillows had different washing requirements, making laundry day complicated. Some were purely decorative and uncomfortable for actual use, while others were comfortable but didn't photograph well when company came. Margaret realized that decorative pillows should actually serve decoration and function, not just create visual abundance. The Japanese design principle that influenced her change emphasizes that home furnishings should support real daily activities rather than existing primarily for appearance. Her current 3 pillows work as a system. Both sofa pillows provide genuine back support and comfort for different seating positions. The reading chair pillow offers perfect lumbar support for her daily reading time. All 3 contribute to the room's visual appeal while serving practical purposes every day. The pillows she kept have removable, washable covers that she can launder regularly without special care requirements. The neutral colors mean they coordinate with seasonal changes in other room elements without needing replacement. The fabrics are durable enough for daily use, but attractive enough for entertaining. Margaret stores extra pillow covers in her linen closet so she can change the look seasonally or refresh the appearance without buying new pillows. This approach provides decorative variety while maintaining the functional 3-pillow system that works for her daily comfort. Reducing pillow quantity eliminated several maintenance headaches. No more washing days complicated by different care requirements. No more storage puzzles trying to fit excess pillows in closets. No more decision fatigue about which pillows to display when the seasons change. The psychological impact was unexpectedly positive. Margaret's living room now feels designed for actual living rather than staged for photographs. She can sit down immediately without rearranging anything. Guests settle in quickly without needing to move obstacles. The space exudes invitation rather than intimidation. Margaret's pillow selection process can guide decisions in your own living spaces. For each decorative pillow you currently own, ask, "Do I use this for actual comfort and support? Does it enhance the visual appeal of the room? Can I wash it easily when needed? Is it sized appropriately for the furniture and the humans who use this space?" Keep only pillows that serve both comfort and aesthetic functions. Consider consolidating different sizes and styles to create a more cohesive look that's also easier to maintain. Choose covers that can be washed regularly rather than pillows that require professional cleaning or careful handling. The goal isn't to eliminate all decorative elements, but to ensure that decorative choices also support the practical use of your living spaces. When decorative pillows genuinely contribute to comfort and visual appeal while being easy to maintain, they earn their place in your home. Margaret's 3-pillow system demonstrates that thoughtful limitation often creates more satisfaction than abundant accumulation. Her living room looks intentionally designed rather than randomly decorated, and every seating area feels immediately welcoming rather than requiring preparation before use.
Conclusion. Margaret's approach to home organization blends practical Japanese wisdom with American independence and adaptability. At 72, She continues learning and adjusting her living space to support the life she wants to live today, not the life she lived 20 years ago or the life she thinks she should be living. These 10 habits didn't transform Margaret's home overnight. She adopted them gradually, one small change leading naturally to the next. Each habit reinforced the others, creating a home environment that requires less maintenance while providing more genuine satisfaction and daily ease. The Japanese principles that influenced Margaret's changes emphasize living with intention rather than accumulation. Every item in her home has earned its place by serving current needs or bringing genuine joy. Nothing stays simply because it once had purpose or might someday be useful again. American values of independence and self-determination enhanced these Japanese organizing principles. Margaret didn't copy someone else's system exactly. She adapted each idea to fit her own lifestyle, preferences, and daily routines. The result is uniquely hers while incorporating wisdom from a different cultural approach. The combination creates something powerful, a home that reflects both careful attention to detail and confident decision-making. Margaret takes care of her possessions while refusing to let possessions control her time and energy. She maintains high standards while keeping systems simple enough to sustain long-term. Margaret's home now supports her independence, rather than demanding constant management. She can clean quickly because everything has a proper place. She can find what she needs because only useful items remain. She can invite guests comfortably because her home stays naturally organized. The habits work together as a complete system. Simplified storage makes cleaning easier. Reduced decorative items means less dusting and maintenance. Multi-purpose spaces provide more daily enjoyment. Electronic organization eliminates frustrating searches. Each change supports the others in creating overall ease. You don't need to adopt every one of Margaret's habits to benefit from this approach. Choose one or two that address your current biggest frustrations. Try them consistently for a month. Notice how small changes in your physical environment affect your daily mood and energy levels. Remember that these habits serve your life. You don't serve the habits. Adapt them to fit your circumstances, preferences, and needs. The goal is creating a home that works better for you, not achieving someone else's definition of perfect organization. Margaret's story demonstrates that home organization isn't about having less for the sake of having less. It's about being intentional with what you keep, so that everything in your home genuinely contributes to your daily satisfaction, ease, and independence. Thank you for joining us on Senior Life Part today. If these ideas resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps other people discover these practical solutions when they need them most. Share this video with someone who might benefit from Margaret's wisdom. Sometimes the smallest changes create the biggest improvements in daily life, and your share could be exactly what helps a friend or family member start their own journey toward a more peaceful home. Subscribe to Senior Life Part and hit the notification bell so you never miss our weekly videos. We're here to share real solutions for real people, focusing on practical wisdom that makes everyday life easier and more enjoyable as we navigate our senior years together. Leave a comment below and let us know which of Margaret's 10 habits speaks to you most. Are you ready to tackle that container cabinet? Planning to evaluate your mug collection? Thinking about converting a guest room into your personal retreat space? We love hearing about your experiences and insights. Your engagement, likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions helps us reach more people who are looking for exactly these kinds of practical, life-improving ideas. Together, we're building a community of people who believe that home should support our happiness, not complicate it. Margaret's journey from overwhelm to ease didn't happen overnight, and yours doesn't need to either. Start small, be consistent, and trust that each positive change will naturally lead to the next one. Your future self will thank you for every small step you take today toward creating a home that truly serves your life.
Remember, you're not alone in wanting a simpler, more peaceful home environment. Every week here on Senior Life Part, we explore practical ways to make daily life easier, more enjoyable, and more aligned with what truly matters to you. Until next time, take care of yourself and your space. Small changes, big differences. We'll see you in the next video.